We're back.
Hello.
Did y'all miss us? Because we missed y'all.
Because we missed you.
Aw. Hey,
It's
y'all.
been how many
A long
weeks?
periodically time.
And every week we say we're not going to take a break. And here
And
we
a
are.
break ends up happening
Here
every
we
single
are with another break.
Life be life and shit be happening.
Still virtual,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Shout out to
Not for
Alex.
long, though.
Shout out to
Yeah, it's
Alex.
about to change really, really soon. So yeah, I
Well,
won't be being blamed too much longer. So
wow. Well, welcome
We
to
were
episode
supposed to
six.
record in Aspen.
yeah, we were.
That
I
did
know.
not happen.
I was ready to record.
Were
Were
you?
you?
Were
I
you?
feel. I feel like I was. I feel like I
I
was.
feel
Well,
like
some days.
Jamal asked, like, "Are y'all still recording?" And we were like, "Yeah." Never
But you know
recorded.
what? Now that I say that, I was kind of like incapacitated on Saturday. So
Wow. Not incapacitated.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Friday was a lot.
Friday was a lot. Friday was a lot.
Saturday was a lot for you.
Was a, was too much for me.
Too much for you. I
Too
had
much
an allergic reaction Sunday, so I was
Sunday.
on my way to heaven.
Mm.
Um, and then next thing, it was time to go. So
Wow.
I don't know when we would have done it or when we thought we were going to do it. Maybe Friday.
Maybe
Yes,
I think
before
yeah,
shit
it
got
would have
crazy, it
happened
would have
Friday.
made sense.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
probably, in hindsight, we probably should have done it Friday.
but
Wow.
that was enough
Well,
evidence.
well,
Um,
y'all back. Welcome back. Welcome to episode 6 of Are You Reading Me, Sis?
is
Y'all
this
pretty much gave like a little run through, but what's been up? What's been going on?
I'm going to let you
Well,
know
you
now.
weren't on the trip with us, so you should catch us up with what you've been doing, and then we'll catch you up on the trip.
Wow. Want me to start first? Well, nothing has changed. Life is still lifing. Nothing is happening. What else did I do? I was outside, of course. Shout out to Deviant. Well, no, that was last
Not
week.
to
That wasn't
deviant.
right. That was last week though. That wasn't the week that y'all gone. The week that y'all were gone, I think I just ate crawfish every day and sat in the house.
I'm
Like,
so jealous. I really cannot wait to eat crawfish when I come down.
oh my gosh, there's this place that has $9 a pound
Sorry,
crawfish this
hustle.
Saturday. Like they have $9 a pound crawfish on Saturday, and so I'm
Oh
gonna go
yeah.
get a whole bunch and just come
Oh
over here
yeah.
and eat.
Oh
So
yeah.
sorry,
I'm
we gotta
staying
miss
away from all seafood
you. As you
currently.
should.
Yeah.
As you
On
should.
that, I mean, I don't really like crawfish, so I would pass on that anyway. But
Wow.
especially now, I'm avoiding seafood.
Oh no. Yeah.
Wow.
Crawfish
Well,
is
I'm having people over on Saturday for crawfish if you'd like to come by.
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, I just been chilling. The Bachelor's Meals is doing good. Shout out to that. Place y'all orders. Um, Still applying to these jobs, been getting a slew of rejections. I don't know what's happening, what's going on with that. But for my mental, I was like, I need a break this week. And then last week I went to Deviant. When I go to Deviant, I like to go to the after hours, and I like to go to the after hours. And so I end up being out to like almost noon.
The next day, just
The
for
next
clarity,
the
the
next
next day
the next day,
for
just
12 hours. So you go
just
out like midnight,
in all
like
night, just
four, and then
all
you're
night.
out the next day.
Yeah, yeah. And then I also had to do meal prep orders that day, which was tragic, which was terrible. I was literally up, like from that point in time, I was up for another 24 hours to get all of my meals done because it was my biggest week. Shout out to that. But I had a shit ton of orders to do, and so I was literally up for another 24 hours. So I went about 50 hours with no sleep, and so I literally slept the rest of Monday, all of Tuesday, and just like, what is
Why
life
are
right
you making that face, Quiet Storm? What are you thinking?
now? She can't wait to get to Atlanta so she can come with me.
no, like 50 hours is excessive. I left that ass in New York. Trust me, I would have no problem going home, catching my Uber, getting it.
Wow.
I gotta
He
go.
says that now.
Yeah,
He
That's a
says
long
that now.
time.
But
That's a
wait
long.
till you get here.
That's a long time. But I mean, shout out to you for staying up
that
that long.
is a very long time.
Listen, my body was like, bitch, you tried it. Like, I have to really realize that I'm getting old. my birthday is exactly a month away. Shout out to that, April
Shout out
12th.
to that.
We here. So yeah, the kid is getting, oh, I can't be doing all this young boy shit no more. I gotta hang it up, flat screen.
Is there an age limit to the circuit life?
I don't think so. I feel like, the girls go and do it. I think for me, it's an age limit on my body and being out all of those hours because I was hurting. Like I was in pain for 2 days. Because mind you, like throughout all of that, I still had a drink in my hand until 11 o'clock in the morning. So I'm literally just throwing them back, throwing them back, throwing them back. Like it was insane. It was insane. So when I say I gotta put a limit to it, it's like this body is, that recovery ain't the same no more.
No, you getting old.
Watch it. I'm still the youngest one in this friend circle. Watch it.
You getting old. But, yeah.
Watch it.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else that you did you want to share?
That's it. I've been in my photography bag. So my friend is on The Voice, and so I did like his like team announcement photos. I also did another photo shoot that's coming out in a couple days.
Where can people see the photos?
On Instagram. I have an Instagram page, but I'm trying to like figure out the name. It's like right now it's like In the Moment, but I don't know if I like that. I feel like it should be like branded with like my name. I don't know. So
you're going to start a photography page where you'll show your work.
Yeah. But I'm also going to do a website too, where it's like half the bachelor's meal and like half like photography stuff. So yeah, that's coming. That's in the works. Again, I'm in my Renaissance man era. There's so much happening. So here we are.
Okay.
Shout out to that.
Yes.
Quiet Storm.
I have been up to pretty much nothing. Working. I also went. I know it doesn't seem like I went to Aspen, but I was there.
That's what I want to say. I literally text you. Did I not text you? And I was like, "Bitch, why were you not on the snowmobiles? Like, what the fuck is happening?" Then they took group pictures at dinner, and I'm like, "Well, what the fuck is Alex? Like, is he there? I'm so confused."
I was there. I was there from day one. No, so y'all went out after y'all went to snow. After y'all
okay, right. I was gonna say because you went to dinner because they made me put my car down, and I was like, all of you bitches are coming.
At dinner looking like Ray Charles with sunglasses on.
Listen, I was looking at everybody's story to try to like fill in the missing pieces. So I'll go like to Empress story, and I'm like, okay, well, damn, she ain't post nothing. Jamal wouldn't post nothing. I'd be like, ooh, Wesley. I know Wesley gonna post. So I got all of my tea from Wesley when I was like looking at stuff. Because like between you and Wesley, and y'all were like posting the most. So I was like, okay, this is my updates. Because Alex literally posted nothing.
I posted nothing on my story. I didn't post
the whole time.
The whole time.
Wow.
The whole time.
You didn't post any pics either.
No, I am going to post.
He has them. But
I'm gonna post them. But I feel like Friday happened so fast, and then like we couldn't get food because we were in the mountains. It was like a drive a little bit, and then like just so much happened on Friday. So like I couldn't really get into it Friday and Saturday. So the reason why I wasn't out Saturday is because I did not book the tour or the whatever we were doing. I didn't book in time. Ended up the thing was completely sold out. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll stay back or whatnot. In the middle of me staying back, I don't know what the hell happened to me. I was in the house and I had took up my contacts because my contacts was looking real foggy, like I couldn't see clear. And so I ended up taking out my contacts. And once I took them out, within like 20 minutes later, my eyes just got real puffy. They started draining. They turned it red. They were closed shut. So I was literally walking around all day Saturday. Could not see
anything. The plan was we were going to go to do the snowmobile. We were going to have lunch, and then we were going to come back and like figure out something, do something. But you were in the bed and like stayed in the bed until like nighttime. And then no one wanted to go to dinner. I had made that reservation weeks in advance. No one wanted to go to dinner. Everyone was like, I'm tired. You were like recovering. Empress was like, I'm tired. I don't want to go. And I was like, you bitches are going. Like, get up. They were like, it'll be $50 for every person that doesn't show. And I was like, oh, you bitches are fine.
Wow.
We're going to do
Yeah, like so he came
Wow.
like barging into my room and was like, "You sure you can't muster up no strength?"
it. I was like, put your glasses on. We're
He was
going
like,
to.
"Put your glasses on, we're going." So I'm literally sitting to the dinner table, can't read the menu, can't see, got sunglasses on, just
Because we know he blind.
the whole time.
He
So
blind, y'all.
yeah, but I was
It's
there.
But
I was there.
strong.
the thing I loved about the trip was, I think Friday night was my favorite too, because that was the night we were in the house. I
Yeah,
had got the edibles. We had went to the dispensary, and I like told the guy, like, I was like, okay, the vibe is we're going to be in the house playing games. We're going to be laughing. We're going to be crying. Like, it's going to be up. It's going to be down. Like, what you got? And he was
right.
like, okay, I have this for you. Like, this is going to be good for in the house. It has serotonin in it. You're going to laugh a lot. Then he gave me another one. He was like, this is for like when you're down and you're trying to chill and it's a body high, you want to relax. So I was like, okay, perfect. And so like soon as we got to the house, we popped the edibles and it was just wild from there on.
I
Downhill
never
from
had
there.
edibles like that, and I always talk about how edibles really don't like do too much. But I don't know. There was something about those one in Colorado.
There was something about those, like,
But was it also the altitude though? Like in addition to the high, it was like also the altitude is probably like fucking with y'all.
The
no.
definitely. The altitude for me personally was the
Altitude
death.
affect my high. Like we were, when I tell you we were so like, we would go from laughing to crying, to laughing again, to crying again, to like drinks, shots, crying again, laughing again, loving each other, hugging on each other, crying again. Like it was an emotional roller
It
coaster on Friday.
was. It really was. So
Wow.
that's
So
why
It
I
was
get done.
So I
wild.
missed a lot. I missed a lot. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You missed a lot, sis. You missed a lot.
But I always
And
feel like on trips in like time that you get to be like in enjoying like wherever you're staying, if you get like a nice Airbnb with like a pool, hot tub every day, I think like being in the house with like your friends, whoever you invite, is so much better sometimes than like going out because you get to chill, food,
yeah,
drink, like
and that's what Jamal said.
whatever.
Like when we talked about it, like later once we got back home, he was like that was his favorite part, being in the house, like playing the games and having fun and being with everyone. He was like
Yeah,
that was his favorite part.
that was good.
I really liked the snowmobile, and that was a lot of fun. But Friday night was just like the best.
Yeah,
Top tier. All right. Well, what you been up to, 6'6" Poppy?
the same thing I've been up to.
Since the trip, I have been sitting down. I had a crazy allergic reaction on the trip, and I definitely think the altitude has something to do with that. Like my face has never blown up like that before, so I think the altitude definitely made my face like blow up. I'm pretty sure it was the octopus I ate.
Mm. He loved
Shout out to
that.
Jamal. He had allergy medicine back at the house.
Shout out to Jamal.
And that was our last night. We were supposed to get in the hot tub. We were supposed to have a
Everything.
party. We were supposed to like really go out with a bang that night. And I was just
Down
fucked
for
up.
the count.
Like I took the allergy medicine and I just laid down. And I was
Because
like,
you know how he gets. Like if this is messed up, the whole trip, the party,
it's over.
over.
I was like, FaceTime and Daryl, like, send the private plane. I need to get out of here right now.
Everything is over. So it was crazy.
Yeah. Mind you, it was like midnight mountain time. So it was like 2 a.m. in Atlanta. And I'm like on FaceTime, like, you need to do something. You need to come rescue me right now.
Right, get Donatella's plane. Get me home.
Get the plane.
Wow.
So yeah, so since then I've just been chilling, just, in the house, doing my thing. The huge, working out.
Yes, fitness influencer.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what are we watching? There's been a lot of good TV. We know. Fuck traders. That's all I gotta say. Is just fuck traders. Fuck Trishelle. Fuck CT. Like
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm going to get my part out, and I'm going to let y'all talk about the rest because I have really been feeling this way. So yeah. All right. So the Traders reunion, the Traders finale and reunion. So, okay. After the banishment, I felt like everything went haywire. I don't like the way Kate was able
What
to
banishment?
after they sent Phaedra home and it was Sheree's killing, and then
Race
they
kills.
had to figure out who they were going to
Hey,
banish.
shout out to Sheree for making it that far without doing any.
Ray was
Honestly,
clueless.
Sheree made it to the finale and didn't do anything the entire
Anything.
season.
I
That's
mean,
Anything.
wild.
She's like, I had a strategy. Like, bitch, no, you didn't.
She didn't say anything at the reunion. I know I'm jumping ahead, but she didn't say anything at the reunion. It's like, how did she make it to the finale?
like
How?
nothing at the reunion. Like you
How?
almost kept forgetting she was even sitting over there.
I
Like
forgot she was there.
she did nothing.
Nothing.
Ray did absolutely
Nothing.
nothing.
So when Kate was able to get everybody to banish Sandra, and then they get to the I don't know, the what is that, the truth thing, whatever they were at, that little thing,
Yeah,
whatever.
the
Yeah.
fire thing, yeah.
Yeah, and so like when they were there and they got the opportunity to either choose, I'd like how they could not talk amongst each other while they were there to try to come up with the plan. So I did like that because I didn't watch Traders One. So when Kate was like in the game, like when she threw her thing in there and was like, "I want to end the game," that was a clear indication that she was the last traitor. Because if
Right.
you the only one want to end the game when we know someone else here is a
Right.
traitor, like Sandra just said she wasn't, so it got to be you, ho. So when
Right.
she was like,
And I
I'm not
feel like that was obvious too because someone had to have murdered Sheree.
right, right, right. But I also felt like they could have kept Sheree because honestly, Sheree's murder was just not important enough. It was like
It
it
was.
tells it
It
tells
wasn't at
nothing.
all.
It does nothing. So I mean, whatever.
I mean, but they had to do it. She wasn't about to win.
Well,
She
no,
could
she
have.
wasn't about to win because they didn't play fair. That's why she wasn't about to win. Because
I mean,
MJ,
somebody tweeted and was like, "The show is called Traitors."
I mean,
Period. And I was like, "Touche."
I get that, but I guess when they were like, I guess from CJ trying to CT trying to play word messaging through my eyes and body motion with Trishelle to be like, all right, we need to take this money home, and like 86 MJ, I just felt like MJ was so cornered. She was dumbfounded. Like when both of them were like, there's still traders around here. Like you couldn't tell me they did not know that she was not a traitor. You couldn't tell me you believe
100%.
that she was a traitor. So the fact that y'all were like, oh, and CT even said himself, like, I don't want to share this money with anyone else other than her. So like
Yeah,
it's
I
already
think that
saying
was
that
that
she doesn't want
they didn't want to split it three ways. Like
it
I
was
think that's what it is. They didn't want to split three ways. I mean, I personally wouldn't want to split it three ways either. Like,
and I
so
get it. Like
okay.
CT and Trishelle were like when the time come when they had to do the task and the challenges, they were at, like CT was actually out there working. Like he was getting all the like everything
Yeah.
they needed, he was doing. So I get that, but still, I guess from another standpoint, it's like, damn, y'all really like
But
play
see, the
face.
is though where MJ messed up is she should have voted for CT that first round because Trishelle did. So
Right.
if she voted for CT that first round, CT would have been out, and MJ and Trishelle would have split the money.
I said
That
that.
was the biggest mistake.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what she fucked up at.
yeah, yeah.
And they got her ass out. That next vote, it was
Because she
yeah,
felt like voting for Trishelle was going to be like, well, I don't want to vote for anybody, but I mean, if I
yeah.
have to, like you, and she still wasn't thinking long term or like
I
strategic.
kind of gagged when Trishelle voted for CT. I was like, oh, bitch. Oh.
I kind of knew she was because when he switched up from getting Kate out and
Yeah.
went to Sandra, she was like, that wasn't what we talked about. So like I can
Right.
see that part. So, but yeah, it still didn't make
Yeah.
it.
I don't watch the challenge or any of that shit.
Same. Yeah.
So I'm just like, whatever. Because at the reunion, they were like, we're gamers. We play differently. Like, we're gamers. I'm like, okay.
MJ
Whatever.
was like, I unfollowed you immediately. Why wouldn't I?
Immediately.
She was like, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? I was like, oh, she's still mad.
Jesus.
But I was like, maybe she needed the money because, Songs of Sunset ain't coming on no more. That's not on the air no more. So she might have needed that little money.
No, she needed the money.
No
Now
shade.
I mean, hey,
Now
I
she
can use
needs
the
a
money too.
coin.
I don't even have a TV show on, so there's
Wish me too. That's why I'm splitting it 3 ways. I'm splitting it 2 ways. And if I could get rid of the other person, just have it all to
I
myself.
will. I would. Literally.
Good. Who would you like to see on the next season?
Listen,
Did you see when somebody had tweeted like Quad on the next season of Traders?
I was like,
When they
oh,
called her out
perfect.
for being
I
a
was like,
traitor.
perfect.
I
Yeah,
see that
Perfect.
being posted.
that would be good TV.
Definitely Kenya. Like I'm not a Kenya fan, but
I can see
I
Kenya.
think Kenya would do good. Like I think she would do good on there.
Would you want to see her as a faithful or a traitor?
I would like to see her start as a faithful and then turn traitor because I think people might already think she's going to be a traitor. So I
Yeah.
feel like make her a faithful, then get her to come over to the other side will be like the best part.
Yeah. But I think also she's good at like spotting shit. And so I feel like she'll pick up on all of those like clues real quick to like try to get the other traders out of there. And then that's when they're going to be like, okay, we need her on our team.
Yeah. They need more like housewife villains. Like Teresa should be on there. Who else is a villain?
Other than Kenya?
I mean, since it's Peacock, like, do you think they can bring Nene on?
No.
Maybe like one of the Potomac girls, like Giselle, could maybe be on there.
Giselle could maybe be on there. Dr. Heavenly could also probably be on there.
Heavenly could be on.
Heavenly would be
amazing.
Yeah. But Giselle's not smart. Giselle's not smart.
I mean, hello, Sheree made it to the finale again. No strategy, no voice, no opinion.
But the difference between Giselle and Sheree is Giselle's gonna be vocal. Sheree wasn't vocal. So it's like, although like you're saying shit that doesn't matter, like you're saying shit.
Salt Lake City girls on there, like Heather. Heather would be good on there.
Yeah. All right. Enough for traders. Fuck traders. They got to rid of Phaedra. The best thing about the show. So fuck that. We're gonna move on.
First seat at that reunion. She was like,
first seat.
Housewives.
And didn't even win. She was like, this is my shit.
So good. I love her little outfit. I was like, oh, look at her.
She looks good. Yeah, Mama looks good.
She look good.
Mama looks good. And I love how she got Dan together because like Dan fucked up her set. Like at the end of the day, Dan then following poverty, like they fucked up her set. Like at the end of the day. So
yeah, Dan thought it was gonna be some kumbaya, and Phaedra was like, "No, you're a piece of shit."
I mean, I feel like Phaedra kind of like started messing up toward the end. Like it was kind of her fault.
Yeah, because she had nowhere else to really nothing to do. Like I definitely feel like that last episode, she should have been like whoever they did eliminate. She should have been like, oh yeah, it's probably gonna be such and such, and then that person like walks in. And now it takes attention away. Like, oh, damn, she didn't know who was going to be, like, whatever. But
she should have tried to pin it on Kate. Kate would have been the target. That's what she should have done. She should have started to convince them that it was Kate and got
Kate just wasn't a good recruit. She wasn't as good.
Kate was a terrible recruit. But again, Kate is terrible in season 1. So I don't know why they even brought her back.
Here we go.
I'm still waiting to find out the purpose in bringing her back.
Here we go. I loved Kate in season 1, me personally. So.
She is a chop, karate chop. Love is blind. Love is blind.
Right, Love is blind. Listen, like
I feel like the reunion was not that eventful.
I mean, the first like 10 minutes between like the Sarah and Laura, is her name Laura? Yeah, Laura and Jeremy situation.
That. I was like, why are we talking about this for so long?
Yeah, but it's just like I fucked with what's her name, Jennifer, I think, or Jessica, the one in the red dress, Jessica, because like she was the only one that like basically talked shit to Sarah Ann of just like you're not a girl's girl, blah blah blah. Because it's just like
no, AD called her out at the lake thing.
But I'm saying like on the reunion, like Jessica was just like looking in her face, like you're not a girl's girl, like you want to be chosen like so bad, and just like.
So when they were calling her a pick me, I like paused it and I was like, what does pick me mean? Like I feel like people use that term a lot, but I'm like, I don't know that I really understand.
So it's kind of like you.
So we Googled it because Daryl was like, that's a good question, whatever. So we looked it up, and it was basically like girls that do anything for attention of men and
the attention of a male gaze. Yeah, and I think that's exactly what it is. Like because
how is she a pick me?
Because you're literally seeing what this man has done to other women. Like he talked about his fiance. You've seen what he's done to Laura, and you think he's not gonna do that shit to you because like, oh, I was the one that was chosen. Like he picked me. Like it doesn't make sense. It's just like you as a woman, you see how he's done things to other women, but you're like, oh, I'm gonna be the one to change him. I'm gonna be this. But even within all of that, they were like, oh, every time I see what Megan was not Megan, Chelsea was like, every time I see y'all broken up. Like the last 2 times I saw y'all broken up. So it's just like the same shit that he probably made Laura experience. He's doing the same shit to you. So like, how is it any different? You know? And so that's my thing of just like when I think also there was Jessica's thing of just like, you know, you as a girl, there's so many men out here, right, that you can choose from, but you thought you had your in or your win by taking this man from another woman, but you took him from another woman because he did shit that like was not faithful, was not like, you know, upstanding for a man, and you think that it's going to be different for you, and it's not.
So, I mean, again, like while all this was happening, I was like, why are we talking about this for so long? Like, I just feel like it's just not important. But, and I mean, I don't have an opinion either way. Like, I don't really care about any of them either way. But I feel like she was his second connection. And she sent the text, they hung out, whatever. And then he decided he wanted to be with her. Like, I don't think that is this big, like, egregious thing. Like, oh my God, how could you betray me? How could you do this to me? Like, okay, he met her. They talked until 5 a.m. They talked and talked and talked. And then he decided he wanted to be with her. Like, I don't think it's that deep. That, like, the way that they're making. Like, Laura's like, how could you betray me like this? Da, da, da. And I'm just like, she was his second choice. She was his other connection. So obviously there's something there. They met up, they vibed, they kicked it, they talked, and then he decided he wanted to be with her. Like, okay, but what's the big deal?
It wasn't even that he decided to be with her because he was still lying to Laura. Like, so it wasn't like a decision. It's like, this is almost like an ultimatum of just like, you know, you're not doing right by me, so it's either do right by me or don't. And it's like he chose the other side of that. It wasn't like, I don't still feel like that's who he necessarily like wanted to be with ultimately. It was just
Sarah
like,
Ann?
you fucked
You don't
up.
feel like he wanted to be Sarah Ann and they're together today and living together?
No, but I'm saying you fucked up the situation with Laura, and so she was the next option. Like, let me just go to her because I fucked it up talking to you or doing whatever.
Okay, see, I don't look at it that way. I look at it like he made his decision that night. Like that night that they were out. I feel like he just made his decision. That's why I'm like, I don't really see what the big deal is. Like, people have done that on Love is Blind. Like that guy Bliss, or the guy that's married to Bliss, she was his second choice. He literally left the girl that he was with and got with Bliss, and they're married with a kid now. So it's like, I just didn't think it was that big of a deal. Like, I could understand the Laura's feelings were hurt. Sure, you thought this is who you were going to marry. You met each other's families, blah, blah, blah. Like, we got it. But I don't feel like what he did was like this horrible thing because he chose someone else. Like, bitch, that's life. Like, niggas is gonna choose somebody else.
No, it's the way he went about it. You were not honest. You were out with this bitch until 5 o'clock in the morning. You were not truthful with me, and then you try to cover it up like, oh, I shared my location, nothing happened, blah blah blah. Like, it's like, if you're gonna choose her, choose her. Don't do all of this like sneaky shit or whatever.
And that's
like, she called him out on his lies. So it's like, I can't call you out on your shit. Like, be a man about it. Be like, I went to chill with her. I want to be with her. Like, that's you making a choice. You coming back to me and lying about what you were doing.
The choice. I mean, I feel like he made the choice. Was it sloppy? Sure. Whatever. It's like, I don't care. Like, I don't care about this. I didn't care then. I don't care now. I'm like, it's a chop. Next, like, he went with his second choice. Sorry your feelings are hurt, Laura. It happens. That is life. Like, next, it's a chop. Who else?
I don't agree, but we'll move on. I did appreciate like AD standing 10 toes down and like how she felt, but then where it kind of like went sideways for me with her was when she kept looking for Clay's approval when she was talking about her going on a date with oh boy, like the 2 dates with oh boy. She kept like touching Clay and being like, I'm sorry, or I feel like he's drilling a hole through my head or whatever. It's like, bitch, you don't owe him nothing. This nigga left you at the altar. Like, what are you trying to make sure he's good for because you went on a date with your second choice?
So she doesn't owe AD anything, but Jeremy owes Laura something.
Yes. This nigga left her at the altar. Are we not seeing the differences in the situation? Like, you don't owe this nigga nothing. Like, he left you at the altar. Like, he literally embarrassed you. So, like, after that, you started seeing your second person or whatever, and you went on a couple dates with them. Like, why does his feelings matter? Yours didn't matter when he left you at the altar. So I didn't like that part. But, like, I love how, like, she stood her ground. She said how she felt, whatever. Yeah, but their moment was also too long. Everybody's moments was too long. Like the whole
Except
Jessica,
for Jimmy and Chelsea, they didn't. I feel like they didn't really talk about them
because they had nothing to talk about. They spent more time on Jimmy and Jessica than Jimmy and Chelsea. And like Jimmy pissed me off too. Of just like, well, I felt like it was 10 minutes, and then they showed it, and it was like 2 hours and 13 minutes. And he's
that was also too long because again, who cares? Like.
No.
Who cares? Like, I think that was. I was just like, this reunion is terrible. Like, who cares? You're not with Jessica. Who cares? Like,
nah. I just did all the men on the episode were. All the men this season, in my opinion, were trash. Like,
except for I don't even know his name because I always fast forward through his parts.
Same. I fast forward through their wedding too. Like, I have no idea what the name is.
They were good. They were good for each other, and they're still together. So.
Yeah, I just think that the men on this season were just like trash.
Yeah. Okay, so what did you think about Jimmy having sex with his friend, telling Chelsea, and then her bringing it back up on camera?
It was insecurities. He's telling you this to make you feel secure, right? Like, I had sex with my friend. It was a long time ago. It's not going to happen again. But in order for me to, be in this relationship with you and make it a meaningful relationship, I need to let you know about my past, right? But her insecure ass needed to vocalize it or whatever to I don't even know what the reason was that she would do that. But it's just like, he told you to give you a level of security. Like, I don't want it to be something that, me and my friends have a game night or something, and then it comes up at a game night and you're looking like, oh my gosh, they had sex. Like, do they still have sex? Blah, blah, blah. But it's like,
I feel like I kind of felt Chelsea. I didn't like how she weaponized it and how she would like bring it up in arguments. I didn't like that. But I could see how if you're dating someone, or in their case, engaged to someone, and they're like, oh, by the way, my best female friend, we had sex before. I would be like, bitch, like, how recent? Like, what?
See, I would look at that different. I would look at it like, I would look at that differently because I'm looking at it like, okay, you're sharing that with me for a reason. You're not hiding it. Like, I'm not about to like find out on some like, snooping shit or like some, happenstance. Like, you're giving me the information up front. So I know that, it's nothing beyond that. Like, we did it. It happened.
I would not be sharing that. That's too much like, let's go down a list of all the people I had sex with. I'm not sharing that. I'm sorry.
But like your best friend, like it's his best female friend. And women already feel a way about men having like, close women friends. So that's why
I'm saying I empathize with Chelsea on that one thing, just that one thing. Because I could see how that would, make her feel something. Like, I could see how that would make her feel something. Yeah.
Anyway.
She was like, your deepest secret that you fucked your best friend? It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. I hate Chelsea. She's probably my, like...
Damn, hate is a strong word.
Jeremy, it's Chelsea.
Okay.
We can move on.
So, you did not watch the reunion.
No, I don't watch Love is Blind. The whole world was watching it on Twitter yesterday, so I got off of Twitter.
Wow.
I knew
we literally asked you to watch it, though. We literally asked you to watch it, friend. And you
didn't do homework.
You could do that for us?
Love
You couldn't do that
relationship
for us?
TV shows are just not my thing.
Mm.
Okay, so speaking of Twitter, this
Uh-oh.
girl posted a video. And
Hey.
in this video, she was talking about French trips versus Bay trips. And she was saying, I think she started off the video saying she doesn't have any friends. And everybody was saying, like, oh,
Tragic.
that's a red flag, that's a red flag. And she was saying that, I think she said she's 33, and at her age, she's only interested in vacations.
Right.
And so, per usual, Twitter is in an uproar about this, and everyone has all these opinions about her
Everybody got their think pieces.
and friendship trips and bay trips. And I personally, I mean, I kind of feel what Sis was saying. Like, I too prefer a vacation. So,
Wow. But let me ask a clarifying question. So
yes.
was she saying that she does not like friend trips at all? Because I think there's a difference between not liking something and having a preference. Because with you, like, yes, you prefer a vacation, but we've taken many friend trips, right? So it's like, did she say she didn't like friend trips, or did she say she prefers
So
vacation?
she said at her age, which I think she said is 33, she doesn't feel the need to take friends trips. But she also
Okay.
said she doesn't have friends or a lot of friends or whatever. And she
Okay.
prefers a bay trip because the purpose of a bay trip is to do all the things with your bay in a nice location.
Yeah.
Right.
And
She
so
was
I was
like,
like, I feel you, sis.
right. She was like, why? Like, well, for one, she was like, I don't remember seeing no picture of my mama and her friends or no on vacation together. Like, on
Yes,
a trip.
yes.
And then she was like, when I go on a trip, I want to be wine and dined. I like to be taken
Yeah,
care of. I don't
period.
like planning anything or doing all of this stuff. Like I just
Period.
like so. I mean, yeah, like she was like,
Yeah.
like they're
And
not.
I will say, like, in comparison, like, for me, it's just different. Like, when I travel with my man, like, I'm not worried about nothing. And I feel like friends trips, like, you're worried about stuff. You're worried about, like, okay, who gonna get the nice room? How are we splitting this? Did so and so pay for the house? Like, are we going to do this? What's the itinerary? Da 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 da. So for me, like, I'm always choose a bay trip. Like, it's always getting vacation for me.
Right. How I feel about it when she was like, I don't understand the purpose, or I don't have friends, or why do I need to go on a trip with a whole bunch of girls? Yeah, I don't know. I like our trips. I like
What's your preference?
my preference would probably be
Be
French
honest. We know
trips.
what you're gonna say. Be honest.
My trip,
Okay, you said trip. Why is that your preference?
um, I just rap like I don't mind going on trips with both parties, but if you ask me which one I would probably have more fun or like to do more, it's just a different vibe when you're out like with friends and everybody's like hanging out. That's like are in relationships, not in relationships that are stressed at work, not stressed at work, and you bring all that energy together to just try to get away to enjoy yourself for this, for this moment that you're in before you go back to your reality or your real world. It's just like people are down for whatever they're up to, like explore things. You go out there and it's just to me it's just a vibe when like when we're together, or like when we plus other people are together. It gives you that time away from whom you're probably with all the time. Like, why do I need to be around you all the time? I need to see you at home. I need to see you at the gym when we work out together, and then we have to
And
take
we
all
both
our
work
trips
from
together
home.
too. Like, I don't need to see you that like I don't need to like no, like give me a break.
I'm like, then can I have a break?
Wow.
Literally, like, can I have a break? So, like, yeah, I would prefer like French rip. So,
Snaxxson?
right, he's sitting there looking like he ain't got nothing to say.
I mean, what is there to say? I think like all of my vacations have been secret vacations where I'm posting the plate, not posting the date or whatever. And like to Anthony's point, like it is great to, go and be wined and dined and not have to worry about nothing and have this person plan it. But I think for me, like my friend trips are always gonna be top tier. Like it's a different level of like fun than what we have like in our respective cities. Like even if we're not traveling internationally, right? Like the times that we lived in New York and we used to come down to Atlanta, like we had a motherfucking ball. Like we literally have a ball. So it's just like, I think you get a different vibe, a different experience, on a trip with your friends. However, I've never been on a trip with my man. Um, to say that like a real vacation, like like sis over here, it may be different when you're going, somewhere like with your man, with your person or whatever, versus, this person I've been seeing or likes me, blah, 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 and they want to like fly me out or they want to take me wherever. I think that may be like a different experience. But I
Yeah.
mean, again, it is cute to, have the like wine and dine, have the little, the little experience where you don't have to like worry about nothing, you don't have to do nothing. But I think the other thing too for me is like, y'all know I like to be in control. Y'all know I like to, be the person to say, oh, we're doing this and we're going here. So I enjoy a friendship of like, putting shit together, making sure everybody's having a good time. And just having like those like, friendship bonding, building moments with friends. So it's always gonna be a friendship for me.
Okay.
And your stance is Bay Trip. Like you want to go, you
Yeah,
have.
yeah, yeah. My stance is Bay Trip.
It's my man, my man, my
Period.
man for her.
Forever. It's always gonna be that for me. And it's
It's
not
my
even just about like the whining and dining, because we wine and dine each other. So it's just about like we like the same things, we want to eat the same things, we want to do the same things. Like we both want to sleep in late. Like it's just we're on the same wavelength, so it just makes everything so much easier.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference between going somewhere with your person and somebody that, just wants to, fly you out. So I get it. But
I
speaking of
do
that,
think that friends trips are important in
yes.
fostering friendships. And I do love a good friends trip. So while I prefer my man, I do like a good friends trip. I mean, shit, we just got back from Aspen, so
Yeah, we've been on
um,
plenty. We've
I think
done.
that is an important part of fostering friendships, especially for me because like my best friends don't live in the same state. Like they live in DC or they live in New York. So a lot of times all we have is these friends trips. And so it is something very important to me. So I don't want to downplay it like that.
Yeah, yeah. But speaking of like fostering and like maintaining friendships, like I think as we get older, right, and life starts to happen, you move to different cities and like all of that. Like, I think it's like really important to like maintain, build, and like foster those friendships. So I think like for us three right here, right, me and Anthony in the same city, Alex is not like how do you feel like us as a group or even like your friends outside of this, like how do you maintain and really like foster and like build those like friendships? Like I know for me, sometimes my communication will lack, right? Like I feel like obviously I would talk to Anthony more than I would talk to Alex, only because Anthony is in closer proximity to me, right? So I can hit you up and be like, "Hey, let's go grab drinks. Let's go." Well, you don't drink no more, but hey, let's go, to happy hour dinner and like catch up or something like that. Or like there's something that's happening in Atlanta, I'll hit you up and be like, "Hey, you want to go to this or whatever?" And we talk about like those things because we're like in proximity. So I know like for me, a lot of times where I lack is kind of like the communication piece, right? Like my friends back home in Louisiana, I may not talk to them as frequently because like, I want to do stuff. Like I want to go outside and do stuff with my friends. So like for y'all, what is the most important thing when trying to like maintain and like foster friendships, especially when, we're getting older and our friends don't necessarily live, in the same cities? We'll start with you, Quiet Storm. I feel like your thoughts are going.
Personally, I appreciate. Well, I yeah. So yeah, like so for me personally, I appreciate that. I don't. I guess I don't have needy friends. I guess like the friend that you always have to check up on, always have to call, like they always have to talk to. Versus, I mean, if that's the type of friend that I have, then that's fine. But I find that the friends I do have, I cannot not speak to them for like a few days, or maybe like a week or two will go by, or maybe life happens and I haven't talked to them in like a month or so, and then randomly like, yo, like what's up, what's going on with you, and we pick back up like where we left off, or like there's nothing like, oh, you didn't contact me, or I haven't heard from you, where have you been, or X, Y, and Z. So I can appreciate mature friends enough to know that people are in different spaces in their lives and have different things going on, but it's all love. It's not, shade. It's not nothing crazy. It's not you have forgot about them. So I guess it's also like the same way because most majority of my friends do not live in New York like I live. So like yeah, it's just trying to keep up with the communication. So I try my best at least to check on everybody. If I don't talk to them every day, some people that I try to check on them at least once a week just to check in. How's everyone doing? How's everyone been? Mental check in. How are we feeling? But it doesn't also foster like a long conversation and like nothing like that. So yeah, like I just appreciate friends that know life happens sometimes and we are
Mhm.
still here.
Let me go. Let me go look at this text thread. Let me go see when's the last
Oh,
time.
I check. Oh, I check up on y'all. Don't play
Let
that.
me see when the last time she checked up on me.
I check. I try to check up on all of my friends at least once a week. But I mean, I talk to y'all like periodically through the week. So I mean,
Yeah. I think for us specifically, like we talk a lot in our like respective group message. So like, our communication is very consistent because we're always, talking about shit in the group message. What about you, 66 Poppy?
Um, so my best friends, like I said, they live in different states and we talk every day. So that's how I maintain those relationships and those friendships. Um, and I've always been like that. Like we've always like talked every day. Like even when I was living in New York, my best friend that lives in DC, we talked every day, and I think that's just how it's always been. That's what I'm used to. I I don't know. I'm the kind. I think I'm the needy friend. I think I'm the clingy friend. Like I latch on to my friends and yeah, that's I think that's how we foster those friendships is we actively like work at it and actively work on them. And these have been my friends for like 15, 20 years. So it's like we just continue to work on it.
Love it. Now, in terms of like new friends, right? So like me and Anthony, we just moved to Atlanta. Alex, you're on your way. So like in terms of like building and like fostering new friendships, what does that look like now? Like, are you open to new friendships? Is it more so like an acquaintance situation? Is it more so just like, oh, like this is my friend through social media where like I see them out, we speak, we they may respond to a story, blah blah blah. Like what does it look like now? We'll start with you, 66 Poppy. Like what does that look like now as far as like fostering and building like new friendships?
I don't know. This is going to sound mean, but like I don't feel like I need more friends or I need new friends. Like that's just not at the front of my mind. Like, oh, how can I, make new friends? Like,
Yeah.
again, I've had the same friends forever. Like, so I'm not like, oh, I want to make new friends. Like, but I'm down to meet people. Like, I made friends here that like people I've known from Instagram, and then we met in person, and we hit it off, and we hang out with Kiki. It's cute, but I'm not like going out of my way to try to like make friends.
Yeah. And what about you, Quiet Storm? Like when you come to Atlanta, like is it just gonna be like this core group right here, or do you see yourself like branching out and like making a circle of friends or whatever?
I'm really a loner, so I spend a lot of time to myself. I spend a lot of time like in the house by myself to myself. So like am I going to be exploring like new friendships? It's pretty much the same. Like I'm not like, I mean, I don't like. I mean, it's nothing wrong if I meet people and they're like, "Hey, I think you're cool. Let's be friends." So like, yeah, fine. I'm not going to be like, "Oh no, like get away from me." Like I don't want you in my life. But yeah, like if I meet friends, I don't want you. If
Get
I
away from me.
if I meet people and they're like, cool just by being out, then yeah, that's fine. But I don't trust people easy, and it's just I'm not the friendliest
The
person.
guard is up.
Right,
So
like
you
take
said
that wall down, baby. Take
I
that
said the
wall down.
guard is up, bitch.
Take that wall down.
no, man. I'm a cool person, but you mean it takes time to figure out I'm a cool person, I guess. So like, I don't really, whatever. So
I
if
mean,
I
that
make
is
friends, I
definitely
do.
a
If I
sentiment.
don't, I'm cool.
That is
Yeah,
definitely a
that's
sentiment.
yeah, that's how I feel too. But Snaxxson, we know friendship is important to you.
Very important.
So tell us a little bit about it.
You know, for me, yes, y'all my friends, y'all know me, y'all know how I feel about friendship. But I also am now like in a space of where I feel like I don't need no new friends. Like I definitely like my first year in Atlanta, I definitely like extended myself out to like, foster new friends and meet new friends, and things ain't really turn out that great. Um, so I think like for me, I'm good with the people that I got in my corner in my circle. But I think, with that, like, friendship is very important. Like I wanna, see my friends, I wanna hang out with my friends, I wanna do things with my friends. Um, and I think like, building and like maintaining those friendships is like important, right? But I think like, especially in Atlanta, like being from Louisiana, you like when you decide to leave Louisiana, typically you go to one or two places. You go to Texas or you go to Atlanta. And so I think like for me, there's been a lot of people from my past, like in Louisiana, that like are here. So I've been like rebuilding a lot of those like friendships of just like, we've been friends since high school and I've known this person since middle school and blah blah blah. So it's been like a lot of that of where like, we have like those like level of friendships. But I think in terms of like, new people beyond like last year, I don't really have, space for new people. Cause again, like I value and really appreciate my friendship. So like if I'm gonna bring someone into like this space and into, you know, my circle or whatever you want to call it, like I need to know you like you're actually like here. So yeah, no new friends for me. We're done with that. But friendships are important. And I think like two, like never mind, I don't want to bring up that part. But yeah, new
No,
friendships.
what were you going to bring up? This is
Well, I
some
was going to talk about like how how some gays, some of the girls are like they can't make new friends, especially like within the community because they find that everybody wants to try to sleep with them or whatever. And I think like for
and that's
me
how
that
you feel.
no, not at all. I don't I don't feel like that at all.
That's what you
Jackson
said.
does not feel like that at all. Um because I think it's and not, to talk down to anybody or whatever, but I also think it's all about like how you present and what you present. I think like for me, I always like lead with like, that friendliness or whatever. Like I'm the type of person where like if we follow each other on social media and I see you out in person, I'll be like, hey, what's up? Like, you're such and such. Your response to me in that moment will dictate whether or not like, you my type of girl or not. But it's just like, I'm beyond like those, like catty days, those, whatever days, but then also those days of where you feel like, oh, this could be my next boo, or this could be, whatever. It's just like, no, like I'm meeting people like on, like friendliness. Like I'm leading with that. And so like that piece of just like, oh, such and such want to fuck me, like it's like, nah, like I've never given that for them to think that, or if they do think that, like it's nothing that I've done to make them think that.
Is that something you've experienced? Like someone has said that about you?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think that I've ever experienced like of somebody being like, oh yeah, I was just trying to be his friend, but he was trying to fuck. Like, nah. because again, I'm always like leading with like that friendship piece, right? It's never like, oh, I like this person, but they just want to be my friend. It's like, no, like I want to be your friend. And if something else transpires from that, it's going to be a mutual thing. It's never going to be like, you know, like, oh, I came with the intention to be like, okay, let's blah, 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 whatever. Alex, you shaking your head. What's your experience been?
Yeah, it's either like we're going to be friends or I'm trying to explore you in another way. Like I've never be like, oh, I want to be your friend, and then be like, what you look like with them clothes off. Like I've, I've never done nothing like
You're
that. Like
not the friend that gets drunk and starts making out with their friends.
yeah, like no, like if I'm in my head, if I'm like you're my friend, then all I'm seeing is like friend, like
Friendship. Exactly.
friend. But
Same.
like I'm not about to be like, all right, let me befriend this person because I want to get to know them to in hopes to move it. We can get on the sofa. Like
What about the people that pick their friends based on like how they look, how they dress, like picking friends like based on an aesthetic?
Because I think those are the people that are like they don't have like strong friendships because their friends want to sleep with them. Because I feel like you're looking for the wrong things in friendship. Like you're looking for like,
Why does everything go back to sleeping with
listen,
that's a freak out.
that be the
Like, oh my
conversation.
God,
That be the
please.
conversation. But I think like when you're looking for friends based on like an aesthetic and not necessarily like the content of somebody's character or like, similar interests or like, we like to do, the same things, blah, blah, blah. Like you run into those things of like, okay, we really don't know nothing about each other, but like low key, I'm attracted to you. So like, you know,
What?
whatever. So it's just like, because we know those people where it's just like, oh, all my friends are fine and blah blah blah, and it's just like, but do they talk about anything? Do they have anything meaningful to say? Can they sit and hold a conversation? Like, would I want to go out and like party with them? Like, they're cute, cool. Okay, what's next?
I mean, cute people are smart. Like they
Listen, I'm quiet
right,
because
they can offer a lot to the conversation and to like what's
quiet
going.
for
Don't try to skew my words. That is not what I said. What I said is
He's
what
like,
else
you're
can
cute,
they add?
fine. What else do they offer? What else?
that.
Right,
What
when those people are like, oh yeah, my
else?
friends, my such friends are cute, blah blah blah. Like, okay,
Right,
they're
because
cute.
I'm
What
Are
over
you
here.
else?
smart?
I'm over here looking at
What
myself
else?
like, wait a minute, what do
Okay.
they like? Like,
It's
what is going on?
What else?
These are not shared opinions. These are
No,
snacks.
they are not. They are not.
What else they got going on?
Yeah.
um, I don't feel like it's anything. I guess people. I mean, it's like that saying, like date your tax bracket. Some people say so. Like, if you want to have friends and you want to have a bunch of bad bitches on your side, then I mean,
Period.
that's just what you want to have on your side. I can't tell you
Period.
who not to be friends. Like if you walk through the door and when they walk behind, it's like, okay, then
Period, bitch.
yeah,
It's
then
giving.
okay.
You my man sending me your VIP. Oh yeah, y'all two come over there. Not them two.
Wow.
Like, oh, sorry, girls. We'll be back.
Right. So I cannot help that. Like, I don't know. I'm just here for the
Sorry,
ride.
girl. I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck.
So yeah.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. So
All right.
uh,
So, what about when conflict arises in friendships? How do you navigate that? We'll start with you, Snaxxson, because you have the most friends and you're the most friendly.
Wow. Um, I think for the most part, I address things head on. And I want there to be room for like debate. The behind the scenes of the podcast, we've had moments of not necessarily conflict, but like disagreements where I may have felt a way about something, and we were like able to like talk through those things.
Super sensitive. Don't say we.
I felt a way about things, and we were able to talk through those things. Um, but I'm very much so like the type of person where like I'll address things like on my time, right? Like, but like in or within a friendship, like I don't want there to be like any beef or bad blood or whatever. So like we should be able to talk about things and like get past it. Especially like, like majority of my friendships have been like forever. Like, we've been friends for almost 10 plus years or whatever. So I think like we're at a point now where we know each other well enough to be able to like have, meaningful discussions. Like we don't have to agree. Like we never have to agree, but it's like, having respect, being able to, communicate, being able to, understand someone's feelings about something, not necessarily agreeing with it, but like understanding and knowing, those things or whatever, like is very important. So I think like for me, I'm definitely able to like, the moments arise, but then always able to like, get past those moments and like, communicate through those things.
For me, I guess conflict. I don't know. I don't get into a lot of conflict with people.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really.
Because
I
we
don't really
argue
get
every
into.
time we're together.
Yeah, I don't think I'm confrontational. I think I
Oh,
respond.
it's me? It's me? I'm the problem?
But I don't think I'm confrontational. Like I don't walk into looking for an argument, walk into a fight. I'm pretty much like, I can, blend in with everybody. So it's like, yeah, I don't really have too much conflict, but I think conflict in friendships are good, I guess. I mean, you're always not going to agree with each other, and that's normal. I don't know any friendship that has not had like disagreements or anything like that. So I mean, just knowing like if they're your real friends and your true friends, not taking anything, try to take anything personal, not to take anything seriously, and to know that it's coming from a place, again, if this is real friendship, that is coming from a place of love and like trying to figure whatever the conflict is out so we can resolve it and move past it. I don't think it ever should be a place where it's like, I always say friendship shouldn't be hard or like a job or something like that, but with the understanding that you guys are different and different opinions, see life different, and there are going to come those times. So how can we like talk about that, move past that, and not like it hinder, the betterment? Because at the end of the day, I'm not doing nothing to like try to embarrass you or do nothing to try to hurt your feelings or try to make you, seem belittler than, me or whomever. So, I mean, it's just
I love
life
that.
of being
Friendship should not be hard like the job. That is a word. That might be the title of the episode,
Right.
Bishop.
You ate that one thing. You ate
That
that
might
one
be
thing.
the title of the damn episode.
You ate that one thing up.
like, yeah. So yeah.
All right. And six,
Um,
six
I
Poppy.
mean, I have similar thoughts. I mean, I just feel like as I get older, especially, I just don't have time for the drama. Like, I'm not about to be arguing with you. It's like I got bigger fish to fry. Like, I just don't have time to be arguing with you. I'm pretty direct. I'm gonna always say how I feel, and that's just gonna be what it is. Like, but I'm gonna always say how I feel, and that's gonna be it. But as far as conflict and friendships, like I don't have time for it.
Yeah.
My ministry.
Not my ministry. Well, um, yeah, I think like again, as we get older, I think things, especially like within friendships, definitely like change. I know like again for me, like, friendships are very important in my little life. So yeah, just wanted to get y'all's thoughts and opinions on that. So thank you for your candor. Thanks for sharing.
So we don't have any listener questions this week.
Don't have any,
Bummer. All our
but
listeners are chopped.
but but
Trust you will be
then
dealt with.
right, but we've been seeing all of y'all messages. We will work on the consistency. We will be back every week. Alex is coming to Atlanta next month for my birthday. And we will be recording then. So look out for like in-person episodes. We want some guests, like, we want some people on. So if you got some things you want to talk about, some things you want to get off your chest, some things you want to say, hit us up. But again, send us some questions, send us your thoughts, send us your feedback.
Follow the page.
Yes, follow the Instagram page.
The damn page.
Yeah.
Watch the YouTube.
Watch
Okay.
the YouTube, listen to
Run them numbers
Spotify,
up.
on Apple,
Listen to Spotify. Follow.
share, like,
Run them numbers
retweet.
up.
all of that. Like,
Run them numbers up. But we'll be
run
back
it
next
up.
Thursday. For real. We will be back next Thursday. No more breaks. We are here.
Next Friday.
Oh, yeah, next Friday. Sorry, not next Thursday. Next Friday. So tune in. Make sure y'all, tune in, subscribe to the YouTube page, all the things. And thanks for the support. We appreciate it. Where can the people find you?
66poppy.com. Shop the site. Wearing the RSVP top. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Right,
I am the
Storm.
Alejandro. IAMTHEEALEJANDRO.
That name is so long.
It
So
is.
long. And
Is that
I
your Instagram and Twitter, or that's just your Instagram?
It's my Instagram. My Twitter is a different variation, but if you go to my Instagram, you'll see my Twitter.
Come on,
One
link
of
in bio.
link in bio. And I am Jackson X Ernest. You can also follow the Bachelor's Meals, put your orders in, and also look out for the photography. It's happening. It's a thing. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.